There is now an opportunity for us to rest and get into the state of rejuvenation because that is the only way to really feel this positive aspect, but not so positive aspect of the sun squaring Neptune. The sun is at 27 degrees Sagittarius. Neptune is at 27 degrees of Pisces. Sagittarius and Pisces square each other. This aspect really brings irritability. It could bring the need for possible aloofness or separation from life and society, casting yourself out of the world. But it's ultimately a spiritual indication of embracing the sacred feminine as opposed to the sacred masculine. More on that later. But let's talk about the astrology of December 17th and 18th. Beginning with December 17th. One of the aspects occurring today is we have the moon sextile Uranus. So this is all about getting involved in groups that work towards social change. Put yourselves in this group. Really evaluate and feel how it truly feels to work for something that could help the collective, to work for something that could help a mass amount of people, not just yourself, in recovering and uncovering your life. This could bring about a heightened sense of individuality as well, needing to separate yourself from the collective, from the group, be yourself, go on your own path, march to the beat of your own drum, that kind of thing. So it's very, very important that you create a plan that allows from the booth routine and optimistic. This is very, very important. You embrace spontaneity as also embracing the routine. So creating a routine that has spontaneity in it, it's flexible in it. This is very important. It's good to be with friends who respect your need for freedom and individuality because these friends can really help you move you on your true path, move you on your path to true north, move you on your path to the egg columns of what you're going on to. So you want to put yourself in friends who value freedom, who value authenticity, who value you not following society's expectations, not doing what everybody else wants you to do, but going on your own path, following your own desires, doing your own thing. You may find that you have the empowerment to break the routine, break from routine, do something to change up. If you're in a stuck and stagnant routine and you don't like how boring it is, change something up, do something different, add a new activity to your routine. Take a walk, read something new, paint a new window, put a new game on the shelf. Whatever helps you make it new and make it exciting and make it fresh. This is the time to really put your focus on that path. You may be acting in very erratic ways at this time as well, so being mindful of that is super important. This is about waning into new opportunities without giving much forethought to it. So we're taking advantage of opportunities impulsively out of impulse, out of the luck shideds, not necessarily, um, thought out, truthful, realistic expectations of what our thought pattern really is. So we need to be mindful that we're not just jumping the gun on every opportunity that comes to us, but really considering, will I enjoy this opportunity? Will this be good for me? Will this help me grow? Will this serve my highest good? Will this give me the meat and potatoes that I'm really longing for? Or will this leave me empty-handed with vegetable soup? We need to evaluate the substance that comes with the opportunities that we choose to take advantage of, if we feel so called to do so, and not getting caught up in the all that glitters mindset, because all that glitters doesn't turn to be out to be gold, because there's a dragon under all that gold. Um, and if we take advantage of those opportunities impulsively, the dragon could threaten to kill us, metaphorically speaking. We need to create better social connections. Socially connecting with others, super, very, very important now. You need to lean towards individuality, being an individual, being a sovereign within ourselves. This is a time where we are resisting being defined by others. We're resisting that call of being put in a Gelangscheidens and being defined by the other people around us. Because when we are defined, we are allowing them to shape our reality, when in actuality, there is a way to live, and that is from the inside out, not the outside in. Knowing that what other people say and think about us is a reflection of them, not a reflection of us. This all goes back to that separation principle in positive, EN positive. So that becomes very important to keep in mind, is to not be confined or defined by others. The next aspect going on is the moon will try Neptune. So we may be drifting into a dreamlike state because Neptune sort of puts the fog on the picture on the fog machine. It puts it on the picture, on the gamut, on the dot for us to move in that direction, to fiscally be responsible for that. But in actuality, it is all about discerning what is fantasy, what is reality. That's what we're being called to do, and discern these two things and choose which path we choose to go on. Not falling too much into the reality, but not falling too much into the fantasy. Not getting too caught up in our visions and being passive, but not just doing things without new insight and flashes of awareness that can come in from Zeus's lightning spells. So we really, really need to be mindful that we're not overdoing, that the scales are not in balance by one or the other, that we're blending the reality and fantasy, that we're finding the happy medium between these two things in point. We need to focus on practical tasks that also require your imagination. So, what are the practical things that you can do where you can utilize your right brain? This is good to focus on the unspoken needs of others that can improve your relationships. These unspoken needs, whether they're vendettas, whether they're um, gray boxes, whether they're coffee cake, whatever it is, these things can truly improve your relationships. That could help you once you acknowledge the issues at play. It's very important that you don't let the waves washing over you drift you away and take you away from your root chakra, your identity, your grounded sense of sovereignty of this is who I am and I am separate from the rest of the world, yet connected to the rest of the world. Boundaries are super important. This is also good for anything artistic or creative, such as film, art, music, anything like that. This is excellent for that. Excellent energy for any Jones. This is also good for walking your psychologist path, moving on the path of becoming a psychologist, or visiting your psychologist, visiting your psychotherapist, and talking about your true deep feelings that stem from very, very deep within you. This is good for being of service to others because we're feeling more empathetic, we're feeling more selfless, we're feeling we want to mean something, make a difference in other people's lives, contribute to other people's lives. So we're giving to others in this kind of way so that this can be very, very helpful and healing for us. It's very rewarding to give to others. So relationships during this time could have a soul mate feel to them. And not only is it rewarding, it's productive. That's also very, very important. We're feeling like we're moving in a very productive decision where we're doing something that truly matters in life. That's another benefit that serving others can give us. So relationships during this time could have a soulmate feel to them. You're putting yourself in a relationship with somebody who reminds you of a soulmate, who embodies a soulmate, who complaces a soulmate. That could be very, very healing and very beneficial and very compassionate and very wound loving to you. And that could be something very special for you to admire Steinens. So it's very important to draw healthy boundaries, to not get overwhelmed by our emotions, to not get caught in our emotions, but by rising above the fray and viewing our emotions from a higher vantage point. That is where our true power lies, not getting caught in our feelings. Very, very important. It's very important to balance your energy by doing activities that ground you in the 3D reality, whatever those activities are. Now is the time to ground yourself in reality. Another aspect going on is the moon is going to oppose Pluto in Aquarius. So the moon is at 0 degrees of Leo, Pluto is at 0 degrees of Aquarius. And when the moon is in Leo, we remember the rules of the Book of Life. One of those rules, two of those rules, is to not take yourself too seriously. The other rule is to not taking other people or other situations too seriously. This is very, very important that we lighten ourselves up and we kick back and we enjoy all the pleasures that life has to give. And that's a trademark, a hallmark of Leo energy, um, is our sense of pleasure for life. The zest for life is also very Leonine. Leos want to make the most of life. It's a very in the moment, take full advantage of the opportunities that come to you. When life hands you lemons, you make lemonade kind of energy. That's Leo energy for you. So when the moon is opposite Pluto, this is a difficult aspect. This is an opposition, a 180-degree angle opposition. So, it's important to do things which calm and release your intense emotions. It's very, very important. Doing things that calm your emotions. You may become obsessed with loved ones at this time, so be mindful of not getting too obsessed. Spiritual practices of any kind are great to do at this time. Um, Putting power over others through manipulative means, manipulating others, getting back at others, really pushing into the sternums with other people is really what this is about. It's about not doing that, not choosing to manipulate, not choosing to go full throttle into what we're trying to get our point across and we're trying to expect others to give us. It's very important that we don't fall into addictive and addict behaviors during this time. We may be experiencing very erratic events coming to us. We may be wanting to express very erratic emotions. Let those emotions move through you, be present with them, respond to them, don't react to them. It's very important that we become obsessed by ways of expressing our intense emotions in healthy, constructive ways, not destructive, unhealthy ways. We may become obsessed and absorbed of emotional drama also, and your emotions become more intense at this point in time. That's what you find from your emotions. So, what are your unmet needs and resolved experiences? It's very, very important to evaluate these things and accommodate for these things for yourself and stop expecting others to do that for us. It's very easy to react or act on impulse at this time, so it's taking a step back, thinking about it twice, breathing, calming down, grounding yourself before you make a decision, and then act with decisiveness and meditative state, with clarity, with higher wisdom, with self-knowledge. That's where we can truly reap the fruits of our rewards. So we need to look at things leading to more harm than good. What are those things that are going to lead us to more harm than good? And release those things from our life. It's very important that we don't make big and important decisions until we're centered, until we're grounded, until we think about it twice. This is good for doing anything that grounds you and can help you connect with your higher wisdom as well. And so there may be very intense emotions urging you to delve deeper into your psyche. So these emotions may come out as really powerful pivot points for you to examine in the Kokomiers. So your emotions urge you to delve deeply into your psyche. So then another aspect going on is that we have the moon trining the north node. So it's very important that we take the time to reflect on our emotions. Your relationship with your mother or any feminine maternal figures could be heightened, could be very important issues at this time. We may be ascending to a higher awareness of yours and others' needs as well. So we're looking at that higher awareness. We're looking at that condiving sense of, what we're sort of doing. It's very important that we focus on past, present, and future potentials. Reflect on your psychological responses as well. Um, this is good for having epiphanies about the source of emotional wounds as well. We may have epiphanies about our emotional wounds that come up, which is all in the matter very, very important. It's good to honor our intuition as well, follow and trust your intuition, looking to past patterns to create a better future. Also, relationships can help support your growth for the long term at this time. So be open to those relationships. Put yourself in those kind of situations of relationships that can serve your growth. And so have intense feelings and irrational fears misguided you in the past. Look at that, evaluate that at this time. This is about leveraging your popularity and emotional strength to have a positive impact on others. This is very, very important that we do this as well. We may become more creative, but also motivated to take action towards our destiny as well. So take those action steps towards what your destiny is, what your purpose is in your life. So we may find that we have an abundance of emotional strength, which allows us to connect with large crowds in a comfortable manner. So we have a lot of emotional, energetic things to give, energetic things to contribute, and because of this, we are more social. We put ourselves in social groups, and we're more, we want to put ourselves out there in a kind of way. And so you also possess a mesmerizing effect on others, particularly in public or political life. So um, having that kind of effect is super huge. And the cards that I chose for this particular day are from the Mystical Shaman Oracle by Collier and Reed, Alberto Bobolda, and myself, Lobos. And I used the same deck for the other two cards. These cards are for December 17th. And so the cards that I drew are, first of all, the Medicine Wheel and the Corn reversed. So I'm going to read this card, the Medicine Wheel, from the guidebook because you really have to do it, otherwise you'd be dissecting. So let me find it here. Okay, so this is what it says, the essence of the card. The Medicine Wheel is a sacred hoop with the four cardinal directions well marked. It represents the cycle of life, the cycle of nature, and the circular pattern of our cosmos. It has been used for millennia in indigenous cultures to bring harmony and well-being to the village. Its directions symbolize the four steps the shaman takes to become a person of power and wisdom. This is what the invitation of the card is all about. To manifest clear skies, blue skies in your life, it is important that you take a look at certain aspects of your being. Enter the medicine wheel from the south and reflect on how you are still clinging to events from the past Continue to the west and notice which surroundings are toxic and drain your energy. Step into the north and ask yourself, do I know my passion and show it? And at the east direction, visualizing how you want to live the next chapter of your life. It is up to you how much time you spend in each direction, minutes, days, or months. But when you are done, make sure to step outside the wheel and complete your journey. So that's the message for that card. Now, the other card, which is the corn upside down, is all about getting caught up in entitlement, thinking that you need or you want more than what you deserve to have. And so don't get caught up in this. Remain humble. Remain satisfied with what you have. And don't get caught up in I should have this because I'm all this in a bag of chips or, whatnot. Or I'm so special and everybody else is not as special as I am. Getting caught in that kind of thing and that you should have more than you deserve is what you want to veer away from at this point in time. This is a time to work hard on your dreams and plant the seeds of intention in your crop field. If you really want all these things, and you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to put your boots to the bootstrap, put your finger to the ground, put the tires on the car, and make the rubber hit the road, and really get down into the nitty-gritty of things and do that work that you need to do in order to get what you desire. So it's very, very important to remind yourself of your blessings, remind yourself of all the things that you currently do have in your life, remind yourself of not getting caught up in scarcity mindsets of not having enough, but count your blessings as to all the things that you do have and learn to be satisfied with that. Get out of the thinking that there is not enough, or that someone could take what you have, or those things are vulnerable to other people taking those things. So these are all very important things to consider at this point in time. Now let's talk about December 18th astrology. The very, very first aspect that we have going on is the moon will trine Mercury. So this is about providing a very nurturing space filled with growth and understanding in play. So we're really putting in the growth and understanding in the gamut flunker and doing this kind of thing. Um, what do you and your community have in common? It's important to evaluate that. This is also good for public speaking also. This is good for expressing your thoughts. Yes, express your thoughts, express your truth, yet also be open and receptive to other people's opinions, to their perspectives, to their thoughts, to their beliefs. All these kinds of things like that are very, very important to remember that balancing act between water bottle flip one way, the water bottle flip the other way. Speaking, receiving, acting, receiving, speaking, listening, that kind of thing. So you may feel the urge to express your thoughts can sometimes overshadow um you listening to others. So this urge to really get your points out and express, and you're so absorbed on the next point that you want to make that you're not hearing and listening to others. So listen as best you can, be available as best you can to what others are trying to say to you. And it's not easy, but you can sort of train your mind to have patience and to receive what that person is saying. This is also about being able to communicate your feelings with confidence and clarity also. This is good for connecting deeper with people. Express yourself through either the written or spoken word as well. Expressing yourself in this kind of way is very, very important. Getting your thoughts out there on pen and paper or out loud in your like a voice wording app or something along those lines to a friend or to a family member. So your thoughts have the potential to positively influence others. That's very, very important to recognize. So your thoughts have the potential to positively influence others. It's very, very important to recognize, um, to resonate with them as much as you possibly can. So your thoughts have the potential to have a really good effect on others and resonate with others. So sharing your struggles can help you a lot. Sharing those struggles, really helping you express yourself, be open-hearted, be open-minded, um, and share what's really going on and be vulnerable, be truthful about what's going on in your life. Don't try to cover it up like people do in social media. This is also good for having harmonious relationships with women, female figures in your life. Yeah, the next aspect is the moon is going to conjunct Mars. So we're feeling irritable at this point in time, and know that your perspective might be distorted at this time. Your perception might be distorted, it might be colored by other things in your life. It's important to take a breather and ground yourself before engaging in important decisions. This is very, very important. Going back to what I was saying about thinking before you speak, thinking before you decide. Your feelings may be pulling you in different directions. Um, and so this may be a case where you're feeling pulled in different directions, not knowing a certain path to take. You may want to project the struggle onto others, but do not do that at this time. It's important to embrace the opportunity for self-discovery also. Discover new things, be open to discovery, be open to learning. You may fall into frustration, into being frustrated by the state of affairs of your life. Tension can be released through physical activities. This is very, very good. Of releasing this energy, these pent-up emotions through physical activities, actually physically doing things in your life, from running, from hiking, from walking. These activities are so healing, so therapeutic to the body, and will help you release intense emotions. You may be expressing yourself in edgier ways than usual, so that's something to keep in mind. This is about forming a deeper bond with your partner. Also, and it's good to do the challenging things to improve your comfort and security at home. This may be uncomfortable, this may be new, this may be newfangled, this may be new bannered, but it's important to do these things for you to make a more comfortable and more satisfactory home environment. It's important that you do not lack empathy for others, that you show you that you care for others, that you show that you consider others' feelings, that you show that you're available for others. It's all very, very huge at this time. This is about acknowledging the feelings of those around you as you pursue your ambitions. So going after what you desire while also being there, and being as a beacon of help and love and light to those around you. So it's about holding space for your desires and your ambitions and your needs at the same time also. Those things may not be too different. They are. So, yet they're not as different as yet they are different than you think that they are. So, the sun is going to square Neptune. This is the really big aspect that I introduced this video discussing. So the sun is going to square Neptune. So this can bring about feelings of lethargy or having low energy. It's very, very important to rest and rejuvenate your energy. Do things to replenish yourself, recharge your batteries, take care of yourself. Self-care is very important this time because you may become overwhelmed and confused by life. So instead of becoming overwhelmed, choose to, um, you know, have healthy boundaries, do all those kind of things to protect your energy. You may seek solace in fantasies, but stay as much in the real world as you possibly can. Stay in the real world as much as you can. Not so caught up in the fantasies of how you want your life to be. Meditation is very good to do now. You may feel arrogant, moody or irritable at this point in time. So just know that. This is good to meditate, go on a walk in nature, anything that can help you stay grounded as best as it can. It's important to not make impulsive decisions at this point in time as well. It's important not to be deceived by others because you could easily be deceived by others. Um, being convinced of something that you desire, a desired outcome that somebody is trying to sell you something and, offer you something of the reward is going to be actually more than it is, and you find a pile of coal when you're expecting a pile of gold and money and riches of the world because you were deceived by others. So discerning, having your anchor on is very, very important. Having your red switch lighter on is very important. Having, raising the antenna, so to speak. So it's good to focus on realistic goals that you can accomplish here in the third dimension. So separate, so practical steps, not these big, expansive, big philosophical grand visions, but these small practical things you can actually achieve that are feasible things to do is very important. And it's important to balance idealism with practicality as well. Bring it down to earth as much as you can. The very last aspect that I'm going to talk about is the moon will oppose Venus. So we're feeling more loving and affectionate. This is very, very important that we, acknowledge this feeling of we want to form deeper connections with others. So it may be more difficult to share warmth and affection at this time. Possessiveness, insecurity, or jealousy can arise, to be mindful of that. It's very important that we do not lower our standards in relationship now. Is more self-love and acceptance needed before a true soulmate enters your life? What do you need to do? Create more self-love and acceptance for yourself. That way you can attract the best people into your life who love you because you love yourself. You attract what you feed yourself internally on an internal level. So respect yourself and you will attract others that greater respect who you are. So that's how this universe works. So resolving unresolved tension with loved ones is very, very important at this time as well. Attracting long-lasting relationships too is important. Don't underestimate the importance of long-term relationships. And stay as grounded as you possibly can. It's always super important. Now, the cards that I pulled for this particular day were, first of all, the Circle and the Crow reversed. So the Circle and the Crow reversed. So know that you're connected to everyone and everything, including the spirit. Do not forget your connection with spirit. Do not forget your connection and your ability to co-create reality with spirit. And so it's important to know that your work and love is well received by the people in your world and by spirit, by what you have to give, what you have to offer in terms of love, work, lust, yellow boxes, green boxes, purple boxes. It's all getting well received at this point in time. Look at what is true in the realm of absolute truth, not relative truth. It's very, very important that you do things that are in alignment with the highest truth and be true to your word. Walk your talk. Say you're going to do something, and follow through with it. Don't make empty threats. Don't make any empty promises. Say something, make a plan, and follow through with it. Stick with it. It's very, very important at this time. And that is your astrology and oracle readings for December 17th and 18th. Let me know what you enjoyed down in the comment section of this video. I really like reading your comments. Continue to send them my way. And I will invite you to subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss future uploads from me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now, everybody.